Hello, good morning guys. How are you? So glad to be here and to kick things off. I will take a little sip of my water, give it a second because I know there's a delay when you go live on Facebook. See if anybody pops on. Love to talk to real human beings. So when you do pop on, please say hello in comments. If you hear something that resonates with you or moves you in some way, hi there. Comment, let me know. If you're catching this back later on the replay, say replay and let me know what spoke to you. This is how we get to know one another and see if you would be a good fit for our team and for you to see if our team would be a good fit for you, because it goes both ways for sure. Hello everybody popping on. This is fantastic. Fantastic. So I am so impressed with the applicants. First of all, the number of applicants is awesome. Just amazing, the response that we've gotten for this and the caliber of the applicants. I mean, most of you are already walking the wellness work walk. You're doing your thing, you're putting it out there, and that is amazing. So you are coming and looking, right, for some backup and for more of an opportunity to expand your reach and to expand your work. So maybe it's like it's a hobby for you right now and you want to move it into a like a regular job. Maybe it's part-time and you want this to be like a full-time income for you. Maybe you've been in the wellness field forever in a day in a different capacity, and now you want to do something different, or you want to make it so it's more sustainable and it's a viable business. So whatever brought you here, you are here for a reason. We are super happy you are here. I encourage you to listen to all of the content over the next 2 days. You're going to be hearing different pieces about what we do, from how we train to who we partner with, to how we earn income, to where our coaches come from, to the work that we do, to how we've integrated this into our own coaching businesses. So I encourage you to listen to all of it so that you can get the best idea and make an informed decision. What I also want to tell you is a little bit about myself. So I am Coach Jess, owner of NJ Fit Mom and Training. That will be 11 years that I've owned that this summer. I'm a mom of 3 girls, 15, 14, and 7, bring up the rear and kicking my rear on a daily basis. We all know how that third one is. And so I am all about girl power. The force is female. My goal as a mother is to raise these girls growing up in a house and just a normalcy that health and taking care of our bodies and choosing foods that fuel us and exercising regularly is just part of a normal, healthy life. It is not a means to an end. It's not to be a size, right? It's just what you do to take care of yourself. I feel very, very strongly about that and the way that fitness and nutrition empowers women and gives them confidence. So as a mother, that is a really big focus of mine, and I am so grateful that the work I do, I get to live that every single day, and that's what my 3 girls are growing up with. Very different, I'm sure that many of you can relate to with the messaging and the things that we grew up with as girls when it comes to food and fitness and stuff like that. So what else about me do you need to know? I love burpees and martinis equally as much. I don't love one more or less than the other. I'm a Jersey girl, born and raised. I went to school down in South Carolina, Clemson, and I've been trying to get back down there ever since. Let me see. This is coming up on it'll be my 4th year of online coaching. Actually, next month will be 4 years. Like I said, I've owned NJ Fit Mom for 11 years. Out of school, I started in behavioral health, and then I transitioned into a teaching career, and that was my career for 13 years. I liked teaching. I enjoyed it. I was very unsettled in teaching. It wasn't fulfilling me. I felt like I was supposed to be doing something more. It was very means to an end, paying the bills. Okay, it's a pension. Not really filling my soul. I've had ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease since I've been 14. And like many of you, I've read your intros. You know, it was my own search to figure out how my body was working, how to keep myself off of medications, how to stay out of the hospital. I had severe case is of it for about a decade. Hospitalizations, homebound tutors, IV drugs, the whole gamut. So I had this passion and knowledge and heart for fitness and nutrition because it's really what saved my autoimmune disease and my life and allowed me to live my life with autoimmune instead of a victim to autoimmune. So I always was teaching, but I was like the teacher who really wanted to be a trainer, but here I am 13 years into a career. And then I lost my father to kidney cancer in 6 months' time. And I know I talked to some of you privately about this. It was just a time that I completely reevaluated everything that I was doing. I made a decision that I felt I could serve the world better and I could work with more purpose if I was taking my passion for fitness and nutrition and putting that out into the world. I really felt that I had this personal knowledge and skill for it, and I wanted to be able to share that and change lives through that. And, you know, in a way to honor and make sense of the loss of my father, to be able then to say, let me use my gifts and my skills to go help other people heal and get well and live healthfully and the best lives they can. So I made a total transition. I quit teaching. I started a boot camp in the park. If you heard the welcome video, that 5-minute welcome video, you heard all about that and how I met Kendria. And if you didn't hear that welcome video, by the way, please go back and play it. It gives you the whole lay of the land. And also, while I'm thinking of it, transition, squirrel. If you didn't do your intro in the intro post, we do not have you on the list as a candidate because we will lose you on the page. There's so many applicants. So I know some of you were just like plopping it on the page. Just go back and copy paste in that intro post like the directions say, so we make sure we do not miss anybody when we're creating our list. Okay, anyway, back to my story. So I started boot camp in the park. Absolutely loved it. I was living out my passion. I made it go into like 3 different parks. Everything was awesome. But you know, a full-time teacher salary and a boot camp trainer salary are like nothing alike, right? I'm married to a police officer. And so we're in New Jersey and you need 2 full-time incomes to barely survive here. So it was like, what am I gonna do? You know, like I've got these 3 kids. So obviously we all know those in the field, right? It's time for money. So get more clients, train more people, right? And that's what I did. I added small group classes. I added nighttime classes. I got CrossFit certified. I started training in that. I got perinatal certified. I started doing classes for the midwives. Like, you know, whatever you can do. I'm running around like training my face off, right? Whatever hours worked for everybody else. I had no control of my schedule. I was like never seeing my kids because we all know when do people want to train? Early in the morning, in the evenings, or on the weekends, which is all the times you need to be like around your family. And I was barely covering the cost of what it cost to send my youngest to preschool. Like I remember looking at that and being like, holy shit, like I don't even make enough money to send her to preschool. Like this is making no sense. But again, I'm following my passion, and you know, it's more than my passion, my purpose. John Maxwell has this great quote. He says, a calling is when you have a purpose with a touch of divinity. And I've always felt that about this work. When I made the choice to do it, it was this purpose, and then the touch of divinity comes from my father and losing him. So it's really like this calling, and I couldn't let it go. So what do? I got a small studio. I added more classes, and then I got a bigger studio. I got more certifications. I worked harder, more. And I got more drained. And I hired trainers. Now I'm cleaning the bathrooms. Now we're opening the studio at all hours. You know, if those of you who've ever owned your own brick and mortar, it's an extension of your family. It was like our 4th child, you know, and I was just eat, sleep, and breathing that. So were my children. And it became very unmanageable. And at the end of the day, I still had no control of my schedule. I was training everybody else when they wanted to train. I couldn't do family vacations. I was like, well, if I'm going to be gone from the studio for 5 days, now I got to hire people to do the classes, and I got to pay them to do the classes, and I'm losing the money to do this. And it wasn't cool. But again, not going to change anything because this is my heart. This is the work that like seeps into my soul, right? So of course the universe always has a plan, and it has our back. And after we moved into our 2nd studio, it was a 2,000 square foot studio. Took out loans to equip it, added on, you know, increased the insurance, completely renovated, gutted and renovated this place, home equity line of credit, small business loans, all that stuff. Shortly after we moved in, we got a zoning issue, ordinance, whatever you want to call it, through the town. And it turned out, after 18 months of trying to save that space, that we lost the space and we had to let it go. With that, I had to close my business of 7 years. At that time, it was 7 years old as well, because I didn't have emotionally, after fighting that for 18 years, and financially, we had sunk everything into this new space that was right in our town. And it was supposed to be like the end all be all space. And we had nothing left. We had absolutely nothing left. So I lost my business. Hadn't even paid off the equipment that we had bought to furnish the new place. I had this home equity line of credit, I had this small business loan, and I had no business to pay any of it off. And I couldn't go back to working at a gym and trading time for money and working on somebody else's schedule. I knew when I owned my own gym, I couldn't make the schedule work. I was running around like an idiot and it wasn't working with my family. How could I possibly go work for somebody else and expect that I would have a schedule that would be family friendly? So I felt very lost. I felt like a failure. I felt that this mission that I set out to do was I wrong? I gave up my teaching career. My family was $50,000 in debt. I had a lot of guilt because, mom wanted to do this thing and mom left teaching, and now we are in this situation, very depressed, angry about the situation. And just if you know the Jess now and you knew the Jess of 4 years ago, you would not recognize the two people. Tons of strain on my marriage, because when you're $50,000 in debt, that will happen. Just a really, really low time. And that was, at that time, about 6 months into that lost space. What am I doing with my life? Is when this opportunity to coach online was presented to me. And I immediately said, nope, no way. I'm not an online coach. I'm a studio owner. I'm a personal trainer. I had all the reasons why it wasn't going to work. I have to see my clients. You can't possibly get people results when you don't see them. I can't give them a program to follow when I'm not watching them. I don't think you can actually get results that way. I have to do the programming myself. I know the best way to do it. Frankly, I thought it was beneath me as someone who owned their own studio and trained for the last 7 years. I didn't want to work and collaborate with a fitness online company that also sold nutritionals and other tools, because I didn't want to be selling stuff to people and like peddling stuff and like throwing shit at people. Like, that just was not me. I couldn't stand the name of the company that was presented to me, Beachbody. It was super plasticky. To me, I knew nothing about it, to be fair, but it just sounded to me like a Barbie doll, and like it was all about like getting hot and looking good at the beach. And that was not what NJ Fit Mom was about. NJ Fit Mom was about wellness from the inside out and lifestyle changes. And it just, it just didn't seem like it was going to fit. And obviously, it is very aligned, or I wouldn't be here today talking to you, but I was judgy. I was Judgy McJudgerson. So I was an egotistical trainer, and I was Judgy McJudgerson. But within a year of saying no thank you, no thank you, no thank you, we were $75,000 in debt. Looking at things like, what does bankruptcy look like? What if we stop paying the mortgage and we do a foreclosure? How can we get out of that? I mean, just drowning and not knowing a way out. And if any of you have ever felt like that, it's a horrible, horrible feeling. And when that happens, you will lose your ego and your fear and your judgment pretty quick and start looking at what options you have to save your family. And that's exactly what happened. I said to my husband, I'm seeing my friend do this. I'm seeing her travel. I'm seeing her go on trainings. I'm seeing women she's working with talk about her online and saying how she's changed her life. I'm seeing the results that are happening. I'm seeing this community being built. And I'm sitting here a year without a job, digging deeper and deeper into debt, and I'm miserable. And I don't know what to do, because I've done NJ Fit Mom as a solo act forever. And he said to me, do you know what your father would say to you, Jess? And I immediately was like, yes, of course I know what my father would say to me. He said, my father always said, there are no wrong decisions, right? There are no wrong decisions, Jess. You make a decision, and if it's not the right one for yourself, then you make a new decision. But there are no wrong decisions. So at that moment, I decided to stop focusing on everything that could go wrong and why it may not work, and to make that mindset shift to how could this work with NJ Fit Mom? How could this work with my business? So I decided to open my heart and my mind. I told my friend I will come, I will try some of the tools, some of the products, I will go see what your online coaching group is about. I am going to check things out. I'm going to be like a creeper on your page. Don't talk to me, don't ask me anything. I just want to see and try. I also knew that I could get my money back in 30 days for any of the products or tools that I tried. And in my head, I'm going to tell you the truth, I still had in my head that I was going to prove her wrong. I was going to do it for a month and then be able to say, see, I told you can't get good workouts at home. I told you the superfoods suck. You know, I have Crohn's and colitis, so you want to talk about anal, no pun intended, about what you put into your body, you know. So I was like, I'm going to tell her, this is crap. And thank you very much. And I'm going to move on and keeps hating my life. So I really was in that place. And of course, I wouldn't be talking to you today if it wasn't the fact that I was the one proved wrong. I absolutely loved the platform. I loved the company's mission. I love the tools. I love the nutritionals. I love what I have been able to do with the Beachbody tools and trainings and how I've been able to integrate that into NJ Fit Mom. I saw right away when I was in there that it was very aligned with the wellness and how I teach and what I believe in as far as lifestyle changes and small tweaks adding up over time and eating whole foods and veggies most and all the things like that, macros and micros and balanced eating, all of those things and being in a routine of working out every day. And I saw that instead of training somebody 3 hours a week and never really seeing them, I could use this platform and really also focus on nutrition and mindset and have daily check-ins with my clients and be able to work with all the people who would say, Jess, oh my God, I wish you had a boot camp out in California. I so need you. Like, now you can have me every day online, So I really saw the potential. I took the best of what I have to offer as a coach and all the work I had done leading up to this through NJ Fit Mom, the best of Beachbody tools, the best of my master's in psych. I have my master's in psych. And create an online wellness group and absolutely fell in love with it. And I was my first, actually it was April, and it was called Spring Cleaning the Body Edition. So it'll be 4 years in April. That was the very first group I ran, Spring Cleaning the Body Edition. We all focused on, it doesn't matter. Sorry, I'm such a chatter. And I loved it. And I fell in love with it. And I got some of my clients to do it with me, and they told clients. It just grew. And a few months in, I started to see the business opportunity. I came as a trainer. I needed to train people without a space. But a few months in, I started to see the income that some coaches were making and the potential. And it blew my mind because teacher background, married to a police officer, I was seeing numbers that just out of the realm of possibility for a teacher and a cop, if that makes sense. Not something I ever would have considered that would be for my family. And I thought, you know what? If I could continue helping people and I could continue impacting lives and I could teach other coaches to do this as well and really have that ripple effect, I knew I could grow it into a viable business. Because what NJ Fit Mom was for 7 years before I brought online coaching into it and partnered with Beachbody was a hobby. It was just an expensive hobby that took a lot of time and energy. I knew I could make this with the backing of the company a viable business for my family. And so I put my head down and I said, I'm going to take all this heart work that has been in my heart for so long. I'm going to match it with hard work. I'm going to get smart. I'm going to learn things that I never knew before about Instagram and different things and various means of reaching people on online platforms. I'm going to learn about marketing and branding and all of those things, which Beachbody teaches us a ton of, but we also train as a team on that, which you'll hear about. I think tomorrow we talk about trainings and stuff. And I made a vow. I said, I'm going to, all by myself, get my family out of the $75,000 of debt that we are in. I'm going to get us to the point where we are not robbing Peter to pay Paul and living off credit cards that we can't afford. And I can tell you that coming up on 4 years, not only did I make good on that vow, that this team and this work and this company has changed my life in so many more aspects than saving my family from the financial situation that we were in. I own my own schedule. I work when it works for my family. I mentally and physically, I'm in the best shape that I have ever been in. My Crohn's is in a remission that I have not seen in the 35 years prior to that. And that to me has to do with the lifestyle, the team, the nutritionals, the feeling good about the work you're doing, being in a happy, purposeful place instead of feeling like I'm doing something I hate doing every day, right? That stress is gone. The stress of paycheck to paycheck, right? What are we going to do? What that changes in a marriage and a family, being able to save for our children's future. That was something that was never something we thought we were going to do when we were staring at our debt. But, as amazing as all of those things are, it's the freedom and the choices that doing this work has given to my family. My third daughter is special needs, and I was able to 2 years ago find the only clinic, which happens to be in Arizona, I live in New Jersey, created for children that have her challenges, and know that it wasn't going to be covered, know that I was going to have to fly out there and stay, and make that decision and not have to think twice about, holy crap, this is going to kill us, right? We're going to go so far into debt. I was knowing that I could do that and give that to my daughter, knowing I could take her for 5 weeks by herself someplace to give her the treatment and the care that she needed and still be able to work and still be able to get a paycheck. I mean, it's crazy. And on a happier note, we were supposed to go to Mexico for a week, just for a week, because everyone's virtual schooling and I'm virtual coaching. I'm like, what the hell? Are we sitting here in winter, right? Got there, the huge blizzard hit back here, and I was like, we're going to extend our stay. Guys, you're virtual schooling, I can virtual coach, right? We're going to extend our stay. We stayed for 17 days. We're able to do that because of the flexibility and the freedom of choice that this job can provide. It will not provide that for everybody. It is not, there are people that come into this and it does not work for them. They do not put the work in, they do not put the time in. But I have, and I have learned how to coach other women to do that. And I'll talk more about my team tomorrow. But it absolutely can be. And it's such a gift as a woman and a mother to have freedom of time and choice. And it's a gift I hope and I wish to pass on to other women who are equally as passionate about this field, equally as passionate about doing something bigger, creating something, leaving a legacy, because there's nothing more empowering than doing this work, and all the great things that come with it. So I am so glad that you guys are here. I will wrap it up there. Coach Kendra will be in later. Coach Jen will be in. We've got common concerns and questions video coming. We've got stuff about trainings and integrating into your own business tomorrow. So stick around. Don't forget to comment. Let us know you're here. Show us you're alive. We want to get to know you. Super excited. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.